just have a little moment wherever you are. Close your eyes. Just soften your knees. Try to forget about work or whatever else is going on in your life at the moment. And just focus on this next hour onto yourself. So soften your knees, relax your shoulders, and then just start to take awareness of your feet on your mat. So can you feel your toes, your 10 toes, the balls of your feet, the inside and the outside, your heels, and is your weight evenly distributed between the front and the back of your foot? Or are you leaning forwards, or are you leaning backwards? And then just trying to lift up the arch of your foot just a little bit so that you feel you've got some energy, some strength coming up through those legs. And then just bring your hands onto your lower stomach and just start to focus on your breath. So as you breathe in, you feel your abdominals just relax. And as you breathe out, you feel them just gently pull in. And every time you breathe out, allow your shoulders just to drop away from your ears. And then next time you breathe out, you're just going to try and keep your tummy nice and flat. So you breathe out, keep your tummy flat, and then move your hands to your rib cage so that when you breathe in this time, your tummy stays flat, but you feel your ribs expanding. So just hands on the lower ribs. And as you breathe in, you feel that expansion through your lower ribs. Imagine your rib cage like an umbrella now. So as you breathe in, your umbrella's opening, and as you breathe out, your umbrella's closing. So you feel the movement through the front, the sides, and the back of your rib cage. Like you can tell, I've been teaching this week. My voice has gone croaky already. Had a nice week off where I didn't talk so much. So breathe in. And again, out. Do that one more time. And then just let yourself go back to your normal breath pattern, but we'll add a little bit more movement on. So as you breathe in this time, shoulders up to your ears, and as you breathe out, just release them down. And again, inhale, up, exhale, down. So we can start to add a little knee bend and straighten in as well. So breathing in, breathing out. Doesn't really matter which way you do it. Just starting to move your body a little bit. Breathe in, maybe down a little bit more with that knee bend. So sending your knees forward. It's not really a squat. Just trying to mobilize through the ankles, the knees, the shoulders. And do that one more time after this. We're this time at an arm sweep. So breathing in, sweeping those arms up. Press your hands out towards the sides if you're inside at your side walls to pull down. So we reach your fingertips down towards the floor, then sweep them up towards your ceiling, press them out to the walls to the either side of you, and then reach down. So just doing that a few times in your own time. So you feel relaxed on the way down, and then you get that activation through your lats on the way down with your arms. And we're going to reverse direction. So we're going to go out to the side, and then we're going to come down. So reach up, so big circles up, and then come down. Take your hands behind you, breathing in, breathing out, fold forward. And we'll do that 2 more times. Exhale, and once more. And then reach your hands up overhead, and we're just going to those vertical bow and arrows. So now just getting a little bit of lateral movement. So moving one side and then moving to the other side. And then we'll just pause here, have a little stretch. So if you're going to your right, take your right leg behind you now and just come into a nice little side bend there. And then switch to the other side. Take your left leg behind you and circle the other way. Okay, feet back to parallel. They can be maybe a little bit wider apart now, going into your hip circles. So nice big circles to start with, but also imagine you're a bit of a belly dancer. So try and get a little bit of movement forwards and backwards in that pelvis. Anybody done any belly dancing? I had a lady in my class yesterday, and she could make her tummy do like, you know, like they do with like, it was like a worm. It was like a ripple. It was brilliant. So go a few more times each way. And then just come back to stillness. So we'll make these a bit smaller now. So just keep it more movement through your pelvis. So it's like a little pelvic tilt, but with a little circle. And then go the other way. You're right there, Joey. Go round once more and then coming back. Okay, and then we're going to add upper body rotations onto lower body rotations. So just to allow your upper body to rotate one way, let your lower body rotate as well. So it doesn't matter what it looks like. We're probably all looking very differently. Just want to get a little bit of movement through the upper and the lower body, and then changing direction. And one more time, all the way around. And then from here, just bring your hands behind your head. So just interlink your hands behind your head. You're not going to press on your head. You're going to do the opposite and press your head into your hands and just open up through your chest. So if you've been at your desk this week and you're tight through the front of your shoulders, then this is a nice just stretch to open up through your pecs. So as if you're trying to push your elbows into the wall behind you. And then from here, just release. So again, you're not pressing on your head, but chin to chest and look down towards your mat and elbows coming towards each other. And then breathing in, you open back up again, press those elbows behind you. So you can start to bend your knees, exhale down and inhale up and open. Exhale forward, inhale up. We'll do that one more time. Exhale and inhale. From here, just take your fingers to your temples, and then we'll just do our little side flexion. So pushing one way and then stretching to the other side. And then from here, we can add a little rotation. So come over to the side, rotate down and back up. So side bend, then rotate. I like to do my rotations with a little bend in my knee. And we'll do that one more time and then come back up. So let's do flexion and rotation a little bit bigger now. So take your feet a little bit wider. You're just going to rotate your body down to one leg. You're going to bend your knees, take your hand towards the floor, and then you're going to come straight up, back towards the ceiling, and then down to the other side. So it's like you're drawing a little semicircle up one side and then back up the other side. So you're rotating and flexing. If you can't reach the floor, don't worry, just reach to the outside of your knee. Breathing in, stretch up, and breathing out then. So you can bend your knees, especially as we're still warming up. So you're not loading through your hamstrings, through your back. We'll do that once more each way. And this is your final one. And then come back up. Once again, take your arms out to the side. Imagine you're pressing the walls away and then just pull those arms down by your side. Take your hand behind your back, interlink your fingers, and again, just open up through your chest. So big breath in here, lifting your chest. You can look up if you want to, and then soften your knees, bring the back of your hands together, separating your shoulder blades into that back stretch. So inhale, open up. So stretch, chest stretch. And exhale into that back stretch. So again, one more time, inhale here, exhale. We're actually going to finish in that inhale up into that nice extension, and then just shake out your arms and your legs. Okay, you're going to take your feet nice and wide again, and then we're going to just shift your weight from one side to the other. So just getting a little bit more movement now through the inner thighs and the hips. You're getting warm there, Julia. The sun's getting higher in the sky, so my shady spot is not as shady as it used to be. So sending your bottom back, we could lift your chest up now in front of you. So, or lift your hands out, so it helps you to lift your chest a little bit too, just as you go side to side. And then what we can do is we can add a little reach as well. So we're going to bend your left leg and then reach towards the outside of your right leg. And then come back up and do the same on the other side. So pause, down, reach. So again, everybody's flexibility is different. I can stretch to my middle of my leg, lower leg, but some of you might just go to the knee, or some of you might be even more flexible and can go down to your ankle. So maybe as you warm up, you feel that you can get a little bit lower. We'll just do that once more each way. And then we're going to change it. So this time we're going to come over to your right, bend your right leg, and then bring both hands onto your right leg. So we're reaching to that side, and then we're going to reach to the other side. So just slow it down so you can really stretch into it. We'll do one more each way. Then we're going to pause here. So over to your right, you're going to take your right hand now up towards your ceiling and just breathe into that stretch, and then do the same on the other side. So left hand, little rotation through the upper back. We'll do that one more each way. And over to the left again, and then coming back to the center. So keep your left foot where it is, just step your right foot in, and then we're going to bend your knees. Then you're going to keep that left foot still, and then just step your left foot, left and right, all over the place. Step your right foot back out. So we can step it in and step it out. So it's just like a little stand up tall, bend your knee, step it out, a bit like it's called skaters. So imagine you're like an ice skater. Check in with this left knee. Make sure it stays central so that it's not rolling inwards as you take your weight. So it stays out over your toes. We'll do that 2 more times. And then let's keep that foot there. Keep that knee nice and bent. And then just hold it. Maybe you could come down a little bit more. Send your bottom backwards. So coming into a bit of a lower squat. And then stand up nice and tall. Okay, we'll do that with the other leg. So your right leg stays still now, left leg taps out to the side, and then bring it back in, stand up nice and tall. So you're doing a little hip hinge as well. So I am leaning forward a little bit and sending my bottom out behind me. Let's do 2 more. And last one, stay here, lower down a little bit more if you can, and then bring those feet back together. So let's go into some just narrow leg squats with some arm floats. So inhale and exhale. So bending those knees, just half squat as you take those arms overhead. We're going to do 2 more, and then we're going to stay in that half squat. So I want to turn sideways on because I want you to see my back. So I'm going to tuck my pelvis now. So tuck your pelvis under as if you're tucking your tail down between your buttocks, and then send your tail back out behind you. And just doing that a few times. So it's a nice mobilization for that lower back. If this is too much for your shoulders or neck, just do it with your hands on your thighs instead. You don't have to have those arms out in front of you. And we'll do that one more time. Stand up nice and tall and roll those shoulders. Okay, find the back of your mats. So you make sure you've got some space out in front of you. We're going to do a roll down. Julia, we're going to go down and up a few times. So if it doesn't work for you, you can stay down, or you can just move really slowly. And if you don't want to roll and you'd rather just come down with your head up, that's okay as well. So some options. If you want to, try a roll down. So think about, we're going to do half and then back up. So chin to chest, let your shoulders open out to the side, so the back of your shoulders. Trying to get some movement through your spine as we do this. So keep your knees soft, roll halfway down, and then roll halfway back up. If your back doesn't like roll downs, keep going. But this is your alternative. You do a hinge, so you slide your hands down, keeping your back straight, and you come back up. So we do another roll down. Maybe you can go a little bit further this time. And then you come back up. And this time we're going to go all the way to the floor. So really try and get that lovely movement through your spine. Get that movement through the upper spine, the middle back, the lower back. And then bend your knees, walk your hands forward and come on to your knees. So you can either stay on your knees or we can come into a plank, just holding whichever position you want to, either knees or knees up or down, just for a few breaths. And then you're going to bend your knees, but try not to let them touch. Walk your hands back towards your feet, and then either roll up or just bring yourself up with your head up, all the way up, back to standing. So we could do that again. Or if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, let's try it on one leg. So pick a leg, it doesn't matter which one. We're going to try and do exactly the same. So either you're doing it with a flat back, or if you can, try and roll down. So now you're just loading up the back of that leg that you're standing on. When you can't go any further, bring your hands onto the floor, walk your hands forward, and now try and stay in this 3-legged plank. Or if you need to, please just drop down onto your knees again. Hold it for a few breaths. And then when you're ready, bend your knee, walk your hands back, and then see if you can stand up without putting your other foot down. Don't worry if you wobble. Well done. Okay, so remember, if that's too hard, do it again just with both feet down. Okay, so let's do the other leg. And again, rolling down. So option to have both feet on the floor. When you can't go any further, bring your hands onto your mat, walk yourself forward, hold either your three-legged dog or just down onto your knee. Hold it for one more breath. Then bend your knee or knees, walk your hands back, pop that heel down, and then bring yourself all the way up to standing. Okay, we're going to do one more, but this time both feet. So everybody do both feet. Roll all the way down and then walk forwards into your plank. This time we're going to make it a little bit more dynamic. So we're just going to bend our knees, touch down, and then lift them up if you can, give your bottom a squeeze. So inhale down, exhale, squeeze and lift. One more time, inhale down, exhale, squeeze and lift. Bend your knees, walk all the way back up. Pick up your band if it's nearby, saves you going down again, and then roll, come back up. Well done. So Julia, I hope that was all right. I hope you managed to find a version that worked for you, and Hilary too. Okay, take your band now. So we're going to do a little bit of upper body strengthening and then some lower body. So let's start with our arms, shall we? Arms and shoulders. So take your band around the back of your body and then just give it a little cross at the front. So this crossed in front of your waist. If it's not long enough, just hold it out there in front of you. That's fine. So we're going to start off just by taking your palms up, keeping your elbows in and opening your arms out to the side, just until you feel a little bit of work going on in the muscles in the back of your shoulders. From here, we're going to lift our heels up and then just lower your heels and bring your hands back down. So exhale, lift, inhale as you lower down. Breathe out to come up, breathe in to come down. So we can make it more challenging just by turning our head to one side as we do the movement and then turning your head to the other side. We'll do that once more each way. So strengthening those muscles in the backs of your shoulders and then coming back down. Well done. Okay, uncross your band, but keep it around the back of your body. Take your feet a little bit wider. We're going to bend your knees and just take your arms forward as you go into a mini squat and then straighten back up. So you just push your arms forward. So you're using your body to anchor here to add that little bit of resistance as you push and stand up. 2 more times. Exhale, bend your knees, bend forward, and last one. And then from here, we're going to keep those elbows by your side, press out to the side. So your band will roll up your back a little bit. That's okay. So elbows come in. So we're going to press forward into that mini squat that we did, and then open the arms, press out to the side. And again, press forward. So you can go into a deeper squat now if you want to, and then out to the side. We'll do that one more time. Forwards. And then open out. Okay, let's see how mobile your shoulders are. Okay, from here, you're going to take your band up and overhead. And then again, so try and do it. If you can see yourself on the screen, try and do it without doing any funky movements with your arms. So thinking about just keeping the band in the same position so you're not having to do. It doesn't matter if you can't get all the way. I think most of you can. Well done. And we're going to do that one more time each way. You're going to keep your band in front of you now. Just change your hand position. So have your band just in front of your thighs with your fingers by your side. So fingers facing down, so you're not gripping really tightly, just fingers nice and long. And then you're going to press the band backwards. And again, just do a little heel raise. So push as hard as you can. And then heels come down and take your band out in front of you. So lift your heels, press your band back as hard as you can. Heels come down. Breathing in, breathing out to press and lift, breathe in to come down. 2 more times. And last one, we're going to keep pressing as your heels are lifted and now just pulse. So push back as hard as you can, as far as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Okay, it's quite hard on the hands, so just give your hands a little shake. I'm just going to move my mat. I've got a stick under my mat. I wondered what I was standing on. It's like, what is that? That's sharp, and not in a nice way. Okay, so we're going to take your band now, and we are going to stand on it. So stand in the center and then cross it in front of you. So you've got a nice little cross. So you should have a bit of resistance. So you can move your feet out to the side, but it feels like it's hard work. You're going to shift your weight onto your right leg. So we're giving our arms a little rest and then just press that left foot away from you and then come back down. And again, so we'll do a few on one side and then we'll change and do the other. So this is going to work the muscles in the outside of your leg and into your glutes. So exhale, inhale, stand up nice and tall. The band's going to want to pull you forward. So really stand up tall, use your abs. And one more time. It's good seeing yourself in the screen because you can see me going all over to the side. So try and stay up nice and tall. Imagine you're sweeping that sole of your foot along the floor for as long as you can. So breathing out, oh, and in, and again. 2 more. And last one. Well done. Okay, you keep your band here now. And we're going to go into a knee soft and a little hip hinge. And we're just going to pull out to the side and then release. So you're just pulling on the diagonal with your arms out to the side. Depends on how strong your band is. You might be able to go further than me, or if it's strong, you might not be able to go as far as me. I think I've got about medium resistance. Breathe out and in, and again, breathe out. Oh, and in one more time. And in. So this time, uncross your band. We're going to stay in this little hip hinge, but we're going to go into a bicep curl. Maybe you could bend your knees a little bit more. And then as you straighten your legs, press your arms back. So we do biceps and then triceps. Press into those feet to stand up. So feel that energy coming from your feet. Engage those glutes. We'll just do 2 more. And last one. And stand up nice and tall. Roll your shoulders now. So just allow the band to pull your shoulders away from your ears. And then side to side. So side bend to one side and then to the other. Okay, from here, we're going to bring one hand forward, one hand back, and just allow your body to rotate as you do that. If that makes you feel dizzy, then just do the arms and don't rotate your body as well. And then can you do the same with your body, but keep your eyes facing forward. So keep looking forwards, but just moving your shoulders, moving your arms. It's quite hard work. We'll do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And relax again. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears and then just relax down one more time up to your ears and then relax down. Okay, you're going to step your right foot out of the band and just hold it underneath your left foot. And then you're going to take your band into your opposite hand. So take it across your body. Take your right foot behind, just a little bit behind you. And then we're going to bring that arm out to the side. So kind of working on a diagonal there. So exhale up. Try and keep a nice straight arm. So you're working through the shoulder. If you've got any problems with your shoulders, you could do this without. So if it's painful to do it with the band, remember, I should have said that at the beginning. You can do all of these without, or you can do a lighter version. Okay, so let's make it more challenging, shall we? Let's do this on one leg. So take your right leg behind you. So just balancing on your left leg and bring that arm up. So out to the side. So you can change your diagonals. You could reach more forward with that band. You could reach more back, or you could just go straight out to the side. Let's just do 1 more. 4. And then relax. Well done. Okay, switch legs. Oh, it never ceases to amaze me how much work you can do just with the piece of elastic band. Okay, so we start with that foot on the floor, nice and strong, little into your hinge, and then just taking your other arm out to the side. If you're doing this with your dominant hand, you might just need to grip down a little bit, so you've got a little bit more resistance with that band. So let's do a few more. Again, remember you can change direction, and you can also take 1 foot away so that you have got a little challenge. Oh. And again, oh. And make this your last one. Well done. Okay, go back to your left leg. but sorry, your right leg, but this time stand on it with your right hand. And you're going to grip it like an ice cream cone. So you've got the end, one end sort of flapping around a little bit, and you're holding it like you would hold an ice cream cone. From here, we're just going to do a shoulder press. So you're going to press your hand straight up, or your arm straight up towards your ceiling. As you do that, use your core, so use your abdominals, and then just bend your elbow just to the same height as your shoulder, so you're not letting it come all the way down. So you're breathing out, press up, breathing in, control. So you're working against the resistance of the band. Breathe out and in. So just keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't come down too low. You can use your other arm out to the side to counterbalance if you want to. And if anybody's feeling really fancy, we could try it on one leg. It's actually not that much harder. And again, push up. Oh, we'll do that one more time. Well done. So that's strengthening your lats, strengthening those shoulder muscles. Okay, switch sides. So same thing again, hold it like you would hold an ice cream cone, both feet down, and then press up. Again, if this is your dominant hand, you may need to grip just a little bit further down your band. So if you can see your shoulder in the on your screen, try not to shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Keep that lovely space between your ear and your shoulder. If it gets too much, then you could just do this without your band. So if anybody wants to try it on one leg, feel free. Breathe out. And in, we'll do 2 more here. And last one. And release. Well done. Okay, well done, ladies. It is all ladies today, isn't it? Yeah, no dad, no James. Pop your band down, grab a drink if you need to, and then just come back to your mat. So we're going to do a little bit of balance work, and then we were going to come down onto the floor and do some work down there. Okay, so we're going to do a little. Is everybody there? Yes, they are. Come back from there. We're going to do a little balance, which involves moving our leg and then also moving our upper body. So we're going to start with your foot touching your other leg. So it's like a tree. So yoga tree, and Lee would be out there. This one, we're just having our knee in front of us. And then all we're going to do is slide that. See if you can keep your toes touching your leg for as long as possible. Slide it up. And then slide it back down. Remember, if you need to, you can hold on to something. At the same time, we're going to slide our arms up and then just slide them back down. If you're finding this nice and easy, why don't you close your eyes and try it? So breath out and in. And again, breath out and in. And one more time, out. And find a place where you could hold it now. So try not to have your foot on your knee joint. Make sure it's on your lower leg. You could bring your hands together in front of you or overhead, and then just see if you can hold this static balance with your eyes open or your eyes closed just for a few more seconds, and then release. Well done. Just have a shake and then switch to the other side. It's called a passe if anybody's interested. So we just again, you can face just forward, or if you want to. Mine automatically went out there, so it doesn't matter really. So just sliding that foot up and down, and then we're also going to slide your hands up and down. And then remember, you can close your eyes if you want to challenge yourself. Breathe out and in. 2 more times. And last one, hold it here. So find a place that's comfortable to hold just for a few seconds. Try and relax into it if that's possible. And then bring both feet down. All right, have a little pedal again. Okay, we are going to do something that Hillary, you're really not going to like this next bit. So you can, I think you can give it a go, but it's not going to be your favorite. Okay, I want you to come down. Everybody just come down onto the floor. And I want you to lie on your backs. And then I want you to try and bring yourself up to standing from this position. So if your back is grumpy, you're please going to make sure you turn onto your side to get up. So you could do this. You could turn onto your side, use your hand, come up onto your knee, and then bring yourself up to standing. And then you can use your hand to go back down again. So just have a try. So figure out what works for you. Is it bending one knee? Or maybe you could just sit straight up and stand straight up. You could do that. Just be careful of your back if you're doing it. So I just want you to try it a couple of times. Just a little bit of fun. It is fun, but it's also really important to make sure we can get up off the floor easily, and then make this your last one, and then lie all the way down on your back. So if you've got older relatives, have a go with them, see if they can get themselves up off the floor. That was quite not a hard way to do it, but the easiest way to do it is to turn onto your side, all the way around onto your hands and knees. And then if you've got a table or chairs in front of you, use that to bring yourself up to standing. So that's the way that we normally do it in class, isn't it? Okay. Anyway, there we go. Digress. Take your band and wrap it around the bottom of your feet. So both feet, and then sit up nice and tall. So make sure it's nice and flat, so that it's not going to ping off around you. This is the bit most people don't like. Sometimes it does ping. So sit up tall, use your band to help you, and just have your arms straight by your side. I'm going to just move my screen in a second so you can see it better. And then all you're going to do is pull your arms out to the side and then release them back. So you should be feeling a little bit of work going on through the back of your shoulders. I'm just going to drop that down, I think. So you can try it with your legs bent. You can try it with your legs straight. So you're pressing out and then coming back. So again, we're strengthening the back of the arms and those lats in the back of your shoulders. Change your arm position. So turn your knuckles in as you pull back. And then turn your palms down or knuckles down as you pull back. And you could even try it with your knuckles up. So do that again. So turn your palms in. We could do this in kneeling as well. Turn your palms down and turn your palms up. Okay, from here, just pull back about half the way. It depends. I'm going to have my knuckles out, palms in. And then we're just going to start to roll back down to the floor. So chin to chest, roll all the way. So use your band to help you. So your band should be quite taut. And then chin to chest, start to just release some of that tension in your band. So your hands come towards your feet and you should be able to roll up nice and smoothly. And again, how's everybody getting on? Have another go. So just do a few in your own time. So use the band to help you release the tension towards your feet and just allow yourself to come up smoothly. Somebody said to me, is it cheating? I don't think it is cheating, because I think it really helps you to make the movement a little bit more smooth. And then you can concentrate on some other things like your technique, like keeping your shoulders open, like articulating through your spine rather than just bringing yourself straight up. Okay, do that one more time. Come all the way to the floor and just have a little pause there. So you're going to bend your knees up now. So you've got your band around the bottom of your feet still, but this time you're going to take your band and you're going to cross it. So it's going to make it feel a little bit more sturdy. So you crossed it, still got it in your hands, but it's across. And then you're just going to press those feet away from you. So if you want to make it harder, bring your hands down towards the floor or just hold the band up. Like take some of the tension more tension into your band, so you've got a little bit less. So it's not supposed to be mega hard, but a little bit of work for those legs. But we should also be feeling now a nice little stretch through the back of your body. So as you breathe out, push those feet straight up towards the ceiling, and then pull your toes back towards you so you feel that lovely stretch. Do this one more time. We're just going to hold it here. Then you're going to take your feet just a little bit wider in the band, take your knees wider again, and drop your heels down towards your bottom. So your hands now are in between your knees. From here, you're going to press more forward. So rather than pushing your feet up, you're pressing forwards. When you do that, can you keep your lower back down? Can you keep your tummy flat rather than pushing it upwards and tensing it too much? If not, then just take your legs a little bit higher. Or you can even do one leg at a time. So inhale in Exhale, press. You can change your feet position, so you can do heels together, toes apart slightly, so you get more into your inner thighs. We'll do that 2 more times. And last one, and then take those legs all the way up to the ceiling. Take one leg out of your band and hold your band in the other hand. So I've got my, in this case, my back leg and in my back hand. Now your other leg, your foot can be flat on the floor. You can stretch it out in front of you. And then we're just nice, gentle circles with that leg. So as you're circling your leg, think about your femur, your thigh bone dropping down into its socket. And just imagine a nice smooth circle around and around in that hip joint. Go the other way. So this is a nice way of just mobilizing your hip joint, as well as getting a little bit of stretch for those hamstrings. Okay, how about we make those circles bigger? So go in your original direction, but this time really sweep your leg out to the side, down to the floor, across your body and right up. So you get big range of motion for your hip. Your pelvis will move a little bit because we're doing such big circles. And then we try and go the other way. So if this doesn't work for your hip, make your circle smaller or bend your knee. There's always ways to make it a little bit less demanding on your body. And one more time, all the way around. Hold on. Okay, you're going to switch hands. You're going to take now, whichever, if it was in your right hand, take your right hand out to the side. And then you're going to draw that leg across your body. So go as far as you want to go. And then you're going to bring it back up. So what will happen is that your bottom will lift off. That's okay. But just try and keep your arm out on shoulder out on the floor. So you're not lifting your shoulder, you're lifting your bottom and adding a rotation. We'll do that one more time. Rotate. You can stay here if you want to. It's quite a nice stretch. You could bend your knee if you want to, or you could keep your leg straight and then come all the way back up. All right, just have a little hamstring stretch there. So you could hold on to both ends of your band. You could put your elbows down on the floor, and you could just use the band to help you stretch out through the back of your hamstring. So we're nice and warm now, so we can do more of these static type stretches. Okay, let's switch. So we're going to do that on the other side. So change legs. And we'll start just with those nice small circles. So remember, there's not a problem if you want to do this with a bent knee. You can even keep circling. You can even take your band behind your bent knee and do your circles here. So it's just a little bit more gentle on the body. So change direction if you haven't already. And then we can go and do those big circles. So go back in your original direction, and then option here if you want to. So you sweep your foot down, round and up. Just have a little pause at the top. So it kind of moves quickly round through most of the circle and then pauses at the top before you go again. And then change direction. So we go across, down and up. Sometimes you may get little pops and clicks in your hip joint. It's typically just one of the tendons flicking over a bone. It's often nothing to worry about as long as it's not painful. It's fine. Do that once more. And then switch hands. So you're going to take your band into your opposite hand, take one arm out to the side, and then you're just taking that leg across your body. So try and keep your shoulder down. Your bottom will come up and then roll back again. And again, roll onto your side. So with your head, turn away from your band. Turn your head away from your band 2 more times. And last one, we're just going to stay here. So dropping your foot towards the floor, pressing into your band, just holding that stretch. You could try bending your knee, get slightly different stretch, or just keep that leg nice and straight. And then come all the way back up into your hamstring stretch. So using your band to just draw your leg in towards you. So pressing up through the heel, drawing your toes back, and then just release. Okay, pop your band down to your side. Just take a nice full body stretch. So you should feel nice and stretched out now after that little section. And then can you reach long through your right side And then long through your left side. And again, long through right and long through left. So just alternating, just changing. And then bring your arms back down by your side and just bend your old knees. Okay, so we're going to do some bridges. So strengthening now for the glutes and the hamstrings. You've got an option here to use your band. And you could put your band across the front of your tummy, nice and flat. Take it around the back, cross it if it's big enough, and then hold on to the crossed ends with your hands on the floor. And then what that's going to do is give you a little bit of resistance as you push your hips up towards the ceiling. It doesn't give you a massive amount of resistance, but there is a little bit. So it's up to you. You can do it without if you want to, or if you've got your weight handy, you could put a weight on your tummy. So we're just going to push those hips up until you feel that your bottom muscles and your hamstring muscles are working. And then we're just going to do some little pulses. So come halfway down and then push up. So inhale halfway, exhale, push up. So you want to feel that you're pushing your knees forward, pressing those hips up. If your back doesn't like this today, just stick with doing some pelvic tilts or even pelvic tilts up into a spine curl. So you can pick, okay? So whichever you're doing, we're just going to do a few more. 2 and 1. Hold it there. And then can you try and lift one leg off? So single leg bridge. Just hold it and then bring it down and then switch. So we're just adding a little pause in and switch. So rather than moving quickly, we're moving slowly, just adding a little pause. If your back doesn't like it, keep your bottom on the floor and you can do your switches there. Let's do one more each leg. And then just lower all the way down. Uncross your band. Ooh, and relax. Give your fingers a little wiggle. Once again, have a little stretch out. And then this time you're going to take your band over the top of your knees. So your knees are bent, your feet are flat on the floor. And your palms, you can hold it however you like to actually, but try not to grip your band too tightly. So we're just going to have your hands about 10 centimeters from the floor, and you're just going to pulse your arms up and down here. So pulsing here. So if you want to, you can also curl your chin towards your chest and look towards your knees. So you've got a little bit of work going on for those abdominals as well. Or you can keep your head down on the floor. So we're just going to do about 10 more pulses here. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then come back down. So you can either stay with that for the next one, or you can do that with your legs in tabletop and your band now over the front of your shins. So this is going to be a little bit harder. So we pulse the arms, chin to chest as you pulse. And we're going to do that for 10 pulses. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. And then the final version, so if that's enough for you, you can do either of those. So band over your knees, band over your shins, or we can, final version, reach your band towards your feet, lengthen your legs away from you. You can have a soft bend if you need to, chin to chest if you're doing that version, and then just some little pulses there with their arms for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, all and 1. Oh, that's a little ab burner, isn't it? All right, take your band away. Once again, just have a nice full body stretch. Oh, yeah, definitely feel my abs working there. And then bend up those knees. So we're going to do some oblique. So for this one, we don't need our band. Just bring your arms out to the side. And option, you can have your feet on the floor or you can have your legs in tabletop. It's obviously a little bit harder with your legs off the floor. You're going to breathe in and take your knees to one side and turn your head to the other side. Have a little pause before you come back, pressing your bottom knee into your top knee to roll back to the center. So you breathe in as you go one way, pause, then press, engage, or not necessarily engage, but engage your brain so you feel what you're doing. So a couple of people, I've been talking in my face-to-face classes this week about getting feedback and correcting people. I think I've spoken to you about it before. I've got one guy who likes me to correct him all the time. So I have been thinking about it, and especially on Zoom, it's pretty impossible for me to correct you because
I can't, you know, some of you I can't see, or, you know, it's just difficult. So, you know, if I can see you're doing something totally different exercise, I can correct you, but it's really hard for me to see, for example, what your abdominals are doing here, or which, you know, which muscles are switched on. So you guys are probably better at it than my face-to-face classes. Let's just do one more each way, because you're having to self-correct. You're having to think about what you're doing and really listen to some of the cues that I give you, and then just hug your knees into your chest. So yeah, I was thinking, I bet you guys, so when I met Sarah and Julia last year, they were like, oh, I'm worried that I'd be doing everything wrong, or because, you know, we've just been doing a Zoom class. They've never done a face-to-face class with me, and you didn't, right? There was not, you know, because I think you're used to have a stretch out again. You're used to listening to your own body. Okay, so take your band again. This time, fold it in half and just take your arms overhead. As you breathe out, float your arms up towards the ceiling, just a little pull in the band, and then chin to chest and pull yourself up into seated. Reach your band now, reach it over the top of your feet, and then we're going to roll all the way back down again. So trying to put one vertebra down at a time, and then taking those arms overhead. So again, as you come up, as soon as you see your band, give it a little pull it out to the side. Nod your chin towards your chest, keep pulling on your band all the way up. Then you can release it and reach your fingers forward. Option to pull on the way down as well, or just keep it nice and relaxed. So again, making sure you're breathing. Breathing in at the top and the bottom, and breathing out as you come back up. Let's make this your last one. And then come all the way back down. Okay, so you're going to take your band now, and you're going to turn onto your side and take it into your band onto your top leg. So mine is my right leg, but it doesn't matter. You can do whichever way you like. So you've got it around the bottom of your right leg, your top leg. Your bottom knee is bent, and make sure you support your head. So either in your hands here, prop yourself up on your elbow. That's not so comfortable. Or lie nice and flat on your cushion. So we're going to push your foot into your band, and we're going to use this hand to anchor it down. So if you hold your hand about level with your pubic bone and keep it there as your leg goes up and down. So we're not lifting the arm up at the same time. You could even anchor your hand on your mat to make it even harder. So you're using the resistance in the band to just work those muscles in your legs a little bit more. So exhale to lift, inhale to lower. So remember, with this one, you don't have to lift too high. If you lift too high, you're going to lose that space underneath your waist. So make sure when you lift your leg that you keep that little space underneath your waist. One more time here. We're just going to come halfway and hold. Going to do some little pulses, just some nice gentle pulses up towards your ceiling. At the same time as you pulse, press your foot out into your band. We'll do another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, take your leg in front of you. Try and keep your leg at the same height as your hip, and then press it behind you. Again, keeping your band just in towards your stomach, around just above your pubic bone. Press away, breathe out. Inhale, sweep that leg forward. Exhale, sweep it back. And breathe out. And one more time. Well done. Okay, this time we're going to bend and straighten. So you need to take your band below your knee, bend your knee in, and then press that foot away. Again, anchor your band on the floor with your hands. So breathe in, breathe out. Remember, you can do all of these without a band. Inhale in, exhale, press 2 more times. And last one. We've got one more thing to do. I'm going to remember it all on the other side, probably not. Tap your toe down to the floor, and then tap your heel behind you. Tap your toe down. So you're doing a little arc with your leg. Should feel that into your glutes. And last one. And then now take that leg all the way up to the ceiling. Just have a stretch out. Maybe you could take it out in front of you as well. Stretch out through your glutes. Oh, give it a little rub-a-dub-dub. if you need to, and then just let your band drop away. We're going to take that top knee and bring it in front of us now, and just have a little like side stretch a little bit, and then take your bottom leg. We're going to work the inner thighs on the other side. So we're going to lift and lower that bottom leg now. So exhale to lift forward. Feel those inner thighs working. So it's like you're squeezing your inner thighs together. I have noticed in the last couple of years, definitely not so toned in the old inner thigh department. So this is a good one to do. Breathe out, squeeze, and inhale, lower. 2 more. Last one, stay here. Squeeze those thighs together. Can you do some little pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Well done. Okay, let's see if I can remember all of that on the other side. Might not be in the same order, right? So band now around your bottom top foot. Bottom knee is bent. So pad yourself up, support your head, lengthen through that top leg. Make sure you keep that little gap in your underneath your waist. Anchor your band just around level with your tummy or your pubic bone. And then when you're ready, you can start to just lift and lower that leg. So it's amazing just how adding a little bit of resistance on makes it you work a little bit harder. You could use ankle weights here as well. I like the band for this because you really have to control on the way up and on the way down. It's actually harder in a way for the muscles to control it. Yes, it might not be as heavy as a weight, but it's your muscles have to work more. All of the muscles have to work a bit more. And again, one more time. Let's just stay here and lose some little pulses. So just pulsing that leg up. Make sure you keep that space underneath your waist. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your leg forward. Flex your foot and then press your toe into your band. Take your leg behind you. So inhale forwards. Exhale, press away. And again, sweeping your leg forwards and backwards. So working through that full range of movement in your hip joint. Oh, one more time. My legs are on fire today. And then relax. Okay, so this time take your band below your knee. We come in and then we press away and in. So you're keeping your hands still. Push your foot into your band. So really working those glutes. Let's do 2 more. And last one. My hip flexors are hurting too. And then we go here, tap your toe down and then heel behind you. Tap your toe down and heel. 2 more. And last one. And then take that leg all the way out in front of you. Just let it drop down. Release your band. You can bend your knee now. Straighten out your bottom leg. And we'll do the inner thighs on the other side. So just squeezing those legs together, thighs together, and release, come down. Just check in with your neck. Remember, make sure your head is supported. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale, lower down. Try not to clench your jaw. I just noticed I was doing that as I was trying to squeeze my legs together. I was squeezing my jaw. So try to keep your jaw nice and relaxed. We'll do 2 more. And then squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Little pulses now. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Relax. Have a stretch. Have a stretch out. Well done. Okay, turn onto your tummies. Last band, I think I promise, and then we'll do some stretches, more stretches. Take your band behind your back. You could fold it if you wanted to, or just keep it nice and flat, nice and level. Turn your head to the front. And then as you breathe out, little pull in the band, send your fingers towards your toes, peel your forehead and your chest off your mat. So we could either stay up here and then just pulse your band out to the side. If that's too much for your neck, keep your head down and do the same thing. So just little slow little pulses. So working through the back of the shoulders. the upper back. You don't want to go into your lower back. So think about, just have a pause for a moment, pop your head down. So to stop you going into your lower back, as you lift up, think about just sending your tail bone away towards your heels. Try that, and then see if you can maintain that as you do the little pulses with the lift. So rather than just letting your pelvis kind of tilt forwards, you're pushing your tailbone towards your heels, and then relax. So it's one of things like that that would be quite useful to see you in person to do, because it's easier with hands on. Okay, so 2 stretches on your tummy. First one we've done before, little frog stretch. Just take one leg and bring it out to the side. You can turn your head to the side, or you can keep your forehead down. So this is quite a nice, easy one. Tamara, are you okay? Just relax into it now. So we've done quite a lot of work for the old legs. So just allow your legs to feel heavy. If you want to do the next part of the stretch, just I don't think we've done it before. It's called a scorpion. So you might have done it somewhere else. If your left leg is forward, you're going to take your right arm out behind you. If it's your right leg, you're going to take your left arm out to the side. Okay. And then you're going to roll onto, rolling onto my right shoulder. I'm lifting my front leg up, and then taking the knee up towards the ceiling and my foot down towards the floor. It's a weird, awkward stretch, but you get a nice opening through the front and the sides of your body. And then try and just plant that foot on the floor if you can. And then your front hand, just press it into your mat. You also get a stretch across the front of your shoulder. Just hold that for a couple of breaths. If you don't like it, come out. It's a weird one. I'm not sure. Does it look like a scorpion? And then turn onto your tummy. I was inspired by, we had scorpions. There were scorpions where we were in Greece. Louis managed to find one under a rock. And then apparently one girl stood on one in her bare feet as well. So, and then I suddenly remembered there's a nice scorpion stretch, which is nicer than the getting stung by one. So let's do that the other way. Take your leg out to the side, take your opposite arm out. You can either stay here, or if you want to, press into your backhand this time and rotate until you can get your foot on the floor. It is a little bit awkward, but let's try and open up through the front of your thigh. And have one more breath there, and then roll all the way back onto your tummies. Okay, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, press up onto all fours, and then just send your bottom back towards your heels, and option to take your forehead to the floor, or you can stay up. So just into your puppy dog stretch there, and then into your thread the needle. So take one hand underneath. Walk your hand that's not underneath, walk it forward. So stretch. We've done loads of work for your lats and shoulders today. So just stretch them out. And then rotate, go the other way. And then back to your puppy dog stretch. And then all the way up onto your hands and your knees. Okay, into your cat stretch down. So shoulders back, tails going up. Look forward, take a big breath in. Breathing out, start to move from your tailbone. Tuck your tail as if you're tucking it between your legs. Just pause in the center and then carry on rounding. Imagine you're separating your shoulder blades now. Pressing your spine up towards the ceiling and pulling your chest away from the floor. And breathing in, going back the other way. And last time. Okay, from here, tuck your toes. We're going to push up either into a down dog or just make your way up to standing. Push out through those heels. And then when you're ready, like we did right at the beginning or near the beginning, walk your hands back towards your feet and then start to roll yourself all the way up, back up to standing. Oh, hope you don't feel too dizzy. So that's a little bit of a head rush there. Oh, okay. Just relax your shoulders. Just have a little twist side to side.
maybe have a little stretch side to side. Hopefully you feel a little bit better than you did, or a little bit more mobile than you did at the start of the class. You could have a forward fold if you want, or just a big stretch up if you want as well. And then when you're ready, everybody stretch up, take a big breath in and then breathe out. And one more time, big breath in and breathe out. And then final big stretch up, feet together, arms together. One final breath in and then breathe out. And just have a shake through your shoulders and your legs. Well done, everybody. Thank you ever so much, ladies, for joining me on this glorious Friday morning. I hope it's nice. Should be nice where you are. We're mostly local, aren't we? Enjoy the sun. I don't know how much more of it we're going to see this week. And thank you. Is that okay? Did everyone enjoy it? Yes. Sarah, are you still doing your Nourishment Academy?
I am, yeah. I did a few weeks of 3 times a week, but I've dropped back to 2.
How's it going?
Just over half term. I don't know. It's going well. I'm still enjoying it, but there's a bit more cardio going on. And I did the first one. That was tons of cardio. I just had acid reflux for about 48 hours after. So it's all right. So I like it when I go and it's more weights. I think I'm quite enjoying that.
Good stuff.
Myself a bit.
Good. All right. How's everyone?